Hello and welcome. We are Our Truth. I'm Corinna,
And I'm her twin sister, Isabel.
and we are happy to have you here
Yes, we
in
are.
nature for a new episode.
Yes, today we are totally connecting to nature. We'll talk about this a little later, but who is our truth?
That's right, in case you don't know, we are musicians and artists.
We are thinkers and illustrators.
So we'll start right in with a piece of one of our Truth series episodes called Beware the Unwanted Programming, because there's a lot of programming that's happening on the subconsciousness, and the way I understand it is like it all started in childhood. I can trace all the things that I found that I wanted to change because they were making me feel uncomfortable, they weren't right for me, trace them back to childhood, trace them back to my upbringing, what was told to me, how life works, or how I was treated.
And I want to add at that moment that music even was a creation that I can see through the words that I used to sing along to, which were not crude or raunchy or anything. They were just heartbreak lots of times, They can be happy songs. There are lots of happy songs we listen to, but some were really heartbreak songs. And recently I was like, I was listening to my my music on shuffle, and I would get this stuff that comes from my childhood, and I sing along, and then I'm like, wait a minute, do I really want to create this if I believe that every word is a creation and I'm singing about how my heart's going to be broken? And no. I just, I find that fascinating that I could identify with lyrics that I used to sing throughout my life. So,
Or it's almost like you created some of those scenarios
just by singing them constantly.
And I mean, this is like how affirmations work, right? So it's like repeated sentences, repeated truths that a sentence you tell yourself, keep telling yourself, and then it goes into your subconsciousness and becomes part of the programming that's running you.
And music is anyway magical because it goes without judgment. The music itself, it does something to us. It puts us on a higher frequency. But if we pay attention to what we're actually singing along to, we're giving ourselves more power, or we give away our power depending on what we sing. Just put that out there. Anyway, continue, please.
No, yeah. So we're saying, like, we both agree, right? It's the subconsciousness that is the program that is running. And so all the truths and all the things we believe and learn to believe from our parents or from our upbringing,
or our surroundings altogether.
We're sank into our subconsciousness, and then this is the program that's running. We can, in the consciousness here, it's like, okay, there's the subconsciousness, on the bottom. That's that's a force that's running. Then there's the higher consciousness, which I understand as the higher self. This is the bigger picture. This is that has all the answers. It's the connection to the web. If you want, I understand we're in a web that is an appreciative web. So it's a loving web that keeps saying yes to whatever energy you put into. But you usually don't have the awareness of what you put into, because again, you run by the subconsciousness. So the higher consciousness sees the bigger picture, the subconsciousness is the force, and then there's the consciousness that is like within the experience. It's the one that sees things as they are, but they only are like that because the subconsciously first brought it into our experience. When something terrible happens in your life, we automatically, I think we were programmed actually as a society to immediately feel something terrible happened to us.
Like we're being punished. Why is this happening? What did I do?
Right.
Like that kind of stuff. I remember that when I had my car accident.
Right. And then at some point, as I saw this terrible thing repeating in my life, not as terrible, but still energetically, it was still repeating. At some point I felt like I need to stop feeling victim to this. I need to take the reins, take my power back and start creating something different, which in my case had to do with forgiving something in the childhood. And I would say many times we have to forgive our parents, not because they did something wrong, but because they are different people than we are, and we have our own learnings here, we have our own truths, and it's about finding them. So finding them means like being aligned with the higher self, because the higher self has the bigger picture, and I'm certain that the higher self knows your purpose here. And
The higher self wants you to thrive, but it can only do as far as you go, I think. Like we have all the options to become the best version of ourselves, but we have to desire it, and we have to, I don't know. But in order to go there, we do. We have to desire it, and we have to pay attention. We have to monitor our thoughts, words, and actions, and then we can bring ourselves in alignment to this higher self that can be the best guide for us. It will always serve us the best way. And when it doesn't look like that, then it means that there is still a wound that we can address, and then it will be released, and we will come back to this high experience, the centered experience of a beautiful life which we are meant to live, all of us.
What I want to say also is, aside from how do you align with your higher self and how do you find your own truths, there's also beautiful help out there on the internet. You can find it very readily. Astrology. There's astrology, there's numerology, there is the kin number, KIN number, there's the human design, there is tarot cards that represent you, personality cards. There is your name that is connected to numbers that can tell you something about yourself. There is playing cards that tell you something about yourself. So there's all these things out there that can help you get a better understanding of what you came here with.
Of who you are. Well, Isabel and I always had the desire to find out who we are and what our surroundings are. Isabel, even earlier than me, I was more interested in my personal and didn't really take the outside world so in, and you always did. Isabel was always like, everyone matters, and I was like, no. But today I say that very much. But either way, these are tools, right? These are tools that can help us to get in alignment, which I also like to add always, if we never get into that, we don't feel like we're missing anything. But if you desire to become a better version, then these are great tools to use. And affirmations, I like to add, because this is something that I do on a daily basis. I affirm my life to me and my surroundings and my health and my abundance. And I'm very grateful that I was introduced to affirmations many years ago. And that's seriously a really awesome tool.
Yes, I agree with that. I also do affirmations. It's more like, I am pure divine love and pure divine light, because that's my goal for my highest good and the highest good of all, to be so aligned within myself that I actually live here as my higher self.
Yeah, because anything's possible. Everything's possible.
So if we were to call this Beware the Unwanted Programming, as I did the blog...
Wait, not everything is possible. We are limited to certain things. I just have to put that out there as a disclaimer.
I don't know. I mean, in my understanding, I do really think that everything's possible.
Well, we can't jump, right now we can't jump off the roof and survive.
But maybe somebody could. I
Yes,
don't know.
but
I'm not that person.
I'm just saying, there are certain limits, but whatever, most of it. I think everything exists. Will we experience everything is another question, but yeah. So anyway.
Beware the unwanted programming, because I did want to just quickly point out one more time that, the unwanted programming, again, is all that programming that automatically runs. And with our consciousness, we can change that automatic programming, like she's saying, with affirmations or finding our truth, and aligning. I'm a meditator, you do yoga, or going into nature or whatever. There's so many things we can do in order to find
and
out
monitor yourself, because that's really huge. Like, it's so easy to fall into an automatic behavior.
All right, so in that video, we just talked about connecting to nature. We lovingly call her Mother Earth because she is our mother and she actually provides for everything we need. So connecting to nature is, to me, appreciating the little things, all the beauty that is around us. And sometimes it's in the details. We don't look that close most of the time. Well, maybe you do. I know I want to. I want to see it all. And then you probably have heard of stop to smell the flowers. Or is it actually the roses? So here we have some flowers. I think there's a little bit of a scent. I have a lot of roses in my neighborhood. Look at this beautiful butterfly. Transformation. A lot of roses in my neighborhood. It's always fun, beautiful to smell them and connect to it. And then there's another way, which is, look at my feet. I'm barefoot right now. So connecting to nature, connecting to the earth, grounding myself into the earth, seeing my roots growing into the core of beautiful Mother Earth, Gaia. Have you heard that before? Connecting to nature means to me also connecting to myself. Ah, you guys, feeling the air, feeling the wind, the sun, seeing all the butterflies, seeing all life, being alive. It's just a beautiful feeling. I'm sure you know, being in nature does something. So did you know, not only does it shift you when you hug a tree, yes, I am a tree hugger. When you hug a tree and you exchange energy with this magical being, but also imagine when you lean against a tree and the spine goes all along the tree itself and the roots of the tree go down, just like your feet on the ground go like the roots into the earth, and it centers everything and it helps you to come back to center. Such good stuff. Thank you, nature. I love you.
Might as well, might as well, might as well make it about you. Might as well, might as well, might as well say it 'cause it's true. Do I trust myself enough now to pick up the phone to see if she's home? Tell her I'm here, so please, dear fear, I'd like to rise to higher ground. Might as well, might as well, might as well make it about you. Might as well, might as well, might as well say it 'cause it's true. I will give us here a chance now and go with the flow. Trust and to know that we understand this love is real, and it's to feel that we are home. Any day could be the day now. You by my side, nothing to hide. The last of the darkness that I chose, from which I rose to higher grounds. Might as well, might as well, might as well make it about you. Might as well, might as well, might as well say it 'cause it's true. Might as well, 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 might as well.
Hi everybody and welcome. I'm Ronnie from ChanceandWaterUSA.com and I'm here to talk about the HyperClean under sink triple water filtration system. We've got a 1 hour long discussion that you could check out on Roku TV, that's ROKU, and it's the Natural TV News Show. Check us out. You're going to learn everything about water filtration, how the other filters compare, what you need in your house, especially during times of emergency where the store shelves empty out. The first thing that's gone is water and toilet paper. You have to have something like this under your sink. And it's not something like this. I say you have to have this one. This is one of the most advanced water filtration systems on the planet, hands down. Tastes absolutely delicious coming through here, is safe for the whole family, and you only have to change these cartridges out once a year. We have a discount code right now that'll save you $75 on this system. And the code, write this down, when you go to our website, chancandwaterusa.com, and you check out, you buy the filter, you check out, it's going to ask for a discount code. It's N like Nancy, T like Tom, V like Victor, NTV. Check out the TV channel on Roku, watch our interview, and learn about water filtration. Once you have this in your house, you will never go without it. If you live in an apartment, you can easily put this in under your apartment sink where you're renting and you're going to be moving. We know that. This is set for apartment owners so you don't have to lug bottles of water up and down or in and out of your apartment. And it doesn't require any holes or any major changes to the plumbing. Installs in about 10 or 15 minutes and is easy to take out when you move with you, and you can put the plumbing right back the way it was. So check us out. Thanks and have a great day.
I'm meant to enjoy. Life's a web of gratitude, of love. I'm giving all I give, no questions asked. Everything is coming around again. Oh, you wondrous life, full of laughter and light. I am clear to see. Choose my passion to be. This life is amazing. It's my stage, my game. I let go of the blame. Now I'm true to you. I do what I came here to do.
So with all that music and communication, let's slide right into some illustrations. Some art. Enjoy.
works out. We all climb mountains and then touch a cloud. Just think of how our love began. A test of trust, the gift of that. It all evolved for us so beautifully. I look at you and see myself. I feel you feeling me like no one else. You know my heart, you know my mind. Your love so sweet, oh you're divine. I know I'm home with you, the one for me. Oh yes, it's all that we're made of. The greatest gift of all indeed. May everyone be free now to leave all doubts and leave all fears, and then remains the love we're made of. That we're made of. Sometimes I wondered in the past if I could ever find a love that lasts, but then I found it deep inside, reflecting you now by my side, and now we climb to touch the cloud again. Oh yes, it's all that we're made of, the greatest gift of all indeed. May everyone be free now to leave all doubts and leave all fears, and then remains the love we're made of. That we're made of. You think we all believe that we deserve to have all we need, to be at peace, to be happy, at peace and great enough, to have that great Oh yes, it's all that we're made of, the greatest gift of all indeed. May everyone be free now to leave all doubts and leave all fears, and then remains the love we're made of, that we're made of. In the end, all that remains is the love we're made of. There's a lot to see if you believe it. This life is free if you believe it. You're never alone if you believe it. No need to do it on your own. It's our belief that makes us strong. It helps us see where we belong. It's all around us, it comes from within. Believing makes it.
Think about the air. Doctors wear masks during surgery. Dental hygienists wear them during routine procedures. There is risk of spreading C. diff from simply flushing a toilet. Of the nearly 2 million people contracting healthcare-acquired infections each year, nearly 99,000 people die, and the cost to the healthcare system is estimated to be $20 billion annually. UV has been used as a disinfection tool for decades in healthcare. But the challenge with UVC technology has always been the method of delivery. It can't be used in occupied spaces. Disinfection only lasts until the space is occupied again, and it's only effective in areas that are direct line of sight. Until now. That is exactly what makes UV24 different. Operating 24/7, 365 in occupied spaces, UV24 is a fast, continuous UVC air purification system that reduces the levels of bacteria and fungi in treated air and reduces the settling of viable bacteria and fungi on surfaces. Healthcare staff have reported improved indoor air quality and reduced odors. The patented UV24 is an active system that draws microorganisms to a UV light. There are 2 vents on the face of the fixture. Behind one is an array of fans which draws air through a MERV 6 filter which removes larger particles of dust. Air is pulled through the filter into the UV chamber mounted on the back of the fixture at approximately 50 cubic feet per minute. It can treat a volume of air equivalent to a 10 by 10 by 8 foot room 4 times per hour. The air moves through a set of safety baffles which prevent the UV light from escaping the chamber. Once in the chamber, a high-intensity UV lamp operates at the peak wavelength of 253.7 nanometers. The air is then pushed through an opposing grill at a 30-degree angle to promote circulation of the treated air throughout the room. Clinical studies have demonstrated that UV24 is effective in removing better than 90% of airborne pathogens, including those most responsible for HAIs. Once UV24 is installed, it requires no engineering controls to operate and minimal maintenance, which helps keep operational costs low. UV24 is designed for use in hospitals, long-term care facilities, nursing homes, schools, commercial office buildings, and any other location where cleaner environmental air is desired. The energy-efficient UV24 is available in 3 styles. For more information on UV24, contact your local distributor.
USA.com, and I'm here to talk about the HyperClean under sink triple water filtration system. We've got a 1 hour long discussion that you could check out on Roku TV. That's ROKU, and it's the Natural TV News Show. Check us out. You're going to learn everything about water filtration, how the other filters compare, what you need in your house, especially during times of emergency where the store shelves empty out. The first thing that's gone is water and toilet paper. You have to have something like this under your sink. And it's not something like this. I say you have to have this one. This is one of the most advanced water filtration systems on the planet, hands down. Tastes absolutely delicious coming through here, is safe for the whole family, and you only have to change these cartridges out once a year. We have a discount code right now that'll save you $75 on this system. And the code, write this down, when you go to our website, chansonwaterusa.com, and you check out, you buy the filter, you check out, it's going to ask for a discount code. It's N like Nancy, T like Tom, V like Victor, NTV. Check out the TV channel on Roku, watch our interview, and learn about water filtration. Once you have this in your house, you will never go without it. If you live in an apartment, you can easily put this in under your apartment sink where you're renting and you're going to be moving. We know that. This is set for apartment owners so you don't have to lug bottles of water up and down or in and out of your apartment. And it doesn't require any holes or any major changes to the plumbing. Installs in about 10 or 15 minutes and is easy to take out when you move with you, and you can put the plumbing right back the way it was. So check us out. Thanks and have a great day.